Okay, we will call this Agenda and Priorities meeting to order. It's at 3 p.m. for May the 5th, and I please ask Councillor Heistad to read the land acknowledgement.
Thanks to Mayor Barclay. The town of Innisfil acknowledges that we are meeting on Treaty 7 territory, the ancestral and traditional territory of the Blackfoot Confederacy, Kainai, Piikani, and Siksika, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation and Stoney Nakoda First Nation. We acknowledge that this territory is homeland or home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3, with the historical Northwest Métis homeland. We acknowledge that many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit who have lived in and cared for these lands for generations. We are grateful for traditional knowledge keepers and elders who are still with us today and those who have gone before us. We make this acknowledgement as an act of reconciliation and gratitude to those whose territory we reside on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Heistad. And we'll move into 2.1. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda? No? Could I please have someone make a motion to adopt the agenda as presented? Councillor Dunham.
I'll move the agenda as presented.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Okay. So next we have a delegation here today. So I'd like to welcome Central Alberta, well, Innisfil. I'll call it Innisfil Men's Shed up to the podium, and I think there's 4 people that are going to present today, so just come on up whenever you're ready and welcome.
Good afternoon, Madame Mayor and council members. I would like to, my name is Anna Lenters, and I'm the board president of the Innisfil Historical Museum, or commonly called the Village. I would like to introduce my very good friend and our vice president, Andrea Ware, who's sitting directly behind us, a lady who I could not do my job without. I'm the mouth, she's quiet. And you would like to introduce?
Yes, I'm Dale Ray. Mayor Barclay and councillors. I'm Dale Ray, and my friend here, Brad Watson, which is our treasurer as well. And we're with the Central Alberta Men's Shed.
For those of you who don't know, the Innisfil and District Historical Society was incorporated in May of 1970. And the Society has served the community for over 50 years, preserving its history and telling its story. I believe that the museum is a cultural gem that must be relevant, partner with other organizations, and welcome all. We are very pleased, and when I say we, the board and myself, we are pleased, we are thrilled to provide space on the museum grounds for the Men's Shed to now call home.
Yes, Central Alberta Men's Shed. We were formed in the fall of 2022. We create an exclusive space where men can gather and socialize, have a coffee, work on various projects, play cards, and discuss men's issues. We received a grant for tools and equipment, but at that time we lost our workplace. We had no place to work other than outside of our garages. Innisfil Legion provided a space to gather. Weekly, projects worked on takes place in the members' garages, as I said. We became a society in 2023, focused on community engagements, memberships, raising funds, and presently we're at the 50+ members in those 2 years.
I'm gonna move in. That's good. I'm gonna squat.
Sure.
Just talking about community engagement. These are just a few of the groups, not all encompassing, but groups that we work with the Men's Shed. And so that is a big core value in our group is really engaging with the community. We've come upon a strategic partnership. So the Historical Village offered us a space to create a workshop, and we've been waiting patiently for this for 2 years. The leaders of the two groups met, and we discussed and agreed upon a partnership, and that it would be beneficial, not only for us, but for the community. CAMS, or Central Alberta Men's Shed, named the historic village and the town of Innisfail as additional insured on our insurance policy. That's done. We will pay a portion of the utilities for the use of the space. So, and it's based on historical use and the square footage. So right now we've estimated about $1,500 a year. CAMS will renovate the space to suit the use. We estimate a budget of about $10,000 to get that done. We're moving a wall. We're doing some additional walls on the side and insulation. We got some electrical to do. So it's going to be a good job. Requirements of the cost, total cost, and of dealing with permits is not known at this time. So that'll be one of the next things that we deal with.
The expected benefits. This project will jointly increase exposure and community awareness, increase public visits of the historical village, increase security by having the men's shed on the grounds for 12 months of the year, increase access, engage, and support for men in Innisfail, supports Innisfail's committee as a age-friendly commitment, increased engagement with all other community groups within Innisfail, and a potential outreach for school-age kids. And in closing,
If I may also add in regards to the space. So the space that the men's shed will be occupying is what we called the auto area, and that was a building, it is a building that is 60 feet by 40 feet. The men's shed will occupy 3/4 of it. We will have 22 feet by 40 feet. One of the things that we're going to do with the space that is left over for the museum is we are going to reproduce Kremer's Garage, which is something that I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time, because we have photos of that garage as it stood in Innisfail. And we didn't need a large space to do it. We needed a specific space, and now we'll have that. We'll let the men's shed get moved in, let them get comfortable doing what they're doing on almost a day-to-day basis, and then we'll reevaluate that space and create it once it has been enclosed. But it's going to be very exciting. And something we're looking forward to do. I'm going to have the last few words today. As I opened, I'm going to close. Our mission statement is safeguarding the preservation, interpretation, and enjoyment of the history of Innisfail and district. This collaboration with these gentlemen may seem a little bit different, but it allows us to achieve some of those goals because we share some similar ideals, ethics, ideas towards the community and what we're wanting to achieve. This is where it became evident. At our AGM every year, I forced the board to listen to a speech. They're kind of sitting ducks. So I want to read out the last little bit of the speech that I gave to them at that time, and it's going to bring the relevance full circle. Our survival, I'm speaking of the museum, depends on our ability to pivot and to share. It is important to partner with other organizations in our community, such as the Men's Shed, the Art Club, the Garden Club, the Lions Club, the Ag Society, and the Rotary Club. We will draw strength and support each other. More than a museum, this 2-acre plot of land, generously provided by the town of Innisfail, should be viewed by local taxpayers as a cultural gem. That will only happen if we are relevant, partner with other organizations, and welcome all. A big thank you to the board members, volunteers, and our town representative. Thank you to the town of Innisfil for its financial support. I think it's interesting. It's come full circle. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening today.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody, for coming today. Does anybody have any questions for the group? No, doesn't look like it, so.
I'll make a
Councillor
comment.
Heistad?
Yeah, Your Worship. I want to commend both groups for the work they'll be doing at the village. I think Anna and your team and your board has undertaken an opportunity, and I hope that this is continues to. I like the comments from the men's shed as well as this builds from there. 12 months a year, having somebody on site is very important. And I think there's opportunities to use the facility as much as we can throughout the year, the 12 months a year. I guess the only question that I would have was the kids and stuff, working with them. Have you guys thought about working with the high school as well, and doing any work with them? And then in the future, especially with some of the skills that you're going to be,
Yes.
building in that. So that was my only question. But thanks to both groups.
Yes, on your question there, Councillor Heistad. That's one thing we have thought about, is bringing children in and the different school groups. But we haven't set up on that until we get in there, just see what the legalities of all this, safety of bringing the kids in there. But that's something that we're looking at, try to bring them forward.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming today. I love that phrase you used, and I think you said cultural gem, and I think that's exactly what the historical village is. It's a beautiful place to hang around, have some ice cream or whatever, and it's a beautiful grounds there. So congratulations to both of you for coming together in this relationship. It's just, in my opinion, a perfect fit, and so I wish everybody a lot of success going forward, and we look forward to seeing how it grows in the coming months and years. So thanks, Dale and Brad. And okay. So we'll move on to 4.1 with Director Kennedy and the Southwest Industrial Park Solar Farm.
Thanks, Mayor Barclay. So yeah, quick update just in regards to the solar farm. So back in February 2024, we first submitted our application to the Alberta Utility Commission. Since then, we've worked on a number of responses, requests for additional information, as well as completed an independent assessment. We are happy to announce that back in April 28th of this year, we did receive approval from the AUC for that operation and construction of the solar farm. This does come with a 5-year time frame in order to construct. If not constructed by 2030, we would either be able to apply for an extension, or the approval itself would just expire. At this time, no financial impacts, as we have paused the project. If the project is deemed to move forward, we would come back to council with an updated cost estimate and business case for moving forward.
Okay, thank you, Director Kennedy. So what would need to change for this to move forward? I mean, other than, I guess, power prices and the credit market, carbon credit market, but
Pretty much that. Yep.
pretty much that, yeah. What
You
else
got
is there? Nothing else, yeah.
Yeah, it is really based on that pool pricing and market pricing. So we'll keep an eye on it, as well as this does give us opportunities to promote it, though, to have other opportunities maybe with other companies.
Yeah, for sure. So how do you follow that? Is there a consultant involved with this that you kind of reach out to, or is that just something that we're aware of because we're already doing some of that work with the carbon credits off the rooftop solars and that kind of thing, or?
It really is in regards to pool pricing, just for us to monitor and keep track of, yep.
Okay, no, thanks. Well, we'll see as we go forward. Any questions? If not, just have somebody please make the recommended motion. Councillor Messaros.
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. I move that council accepts the Southwest Industrial Solar Farm Development Report as information.
Perfect, thank you. All in favor? Carried, thank you. And we will move into correspondence and information. One thing that came in, well, to me this morning actually was, thank you, Juanita. So this Thursday at 6 p.m. at the Cenotaph, there's going to be a commemoration of BE Day, so 80th anniversary, a pretty special time. So I hope everybody can go. And I have a friend right now who's been in the Netherlands at the ceremonies over there and the liberation of the Netherlands from the Nazis 80 years ago, and she's been sharing photos, and it's absolutely incredible, and what a proud moment for Canada to be honored in such a manner over there. So are we doing a Seniors Week declaration? Sorry. Do we do that today, or do you want to do that next council? Yeah,
Today's fine.
how about we do it next,
Okay.
how about we do it on, well, whatever the day is, the Monday of? We can declare it that week, when it starts.
Sounds good.
Okay, pardon me? We might. I think we'll be okay. Okay, thanks. All right, I guess we will just have a motion, please, to accept the correspondence as information. Councillor Bates.
I so move.
Thank you. All in favor? Okay, carried. And we'll begin roundtable with Councillor Dunham.
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. I will submit my report on Thursday. I will be attending the Find Your Funding at the LLC tomorrow. I will also be in here for the Bill 54 review, and then also now knowing about the Thursday event at the Cenotaph, I will be attending that as well.
Great, thank you. And Councillor Wing?
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. Yes, I will have a report for our next council meeting. I did attend the ICF meeting last week with Red Deer County, and I will be attending the Bill 54 webinar this Thursday. And just to note that today, May 5th, is Red Dress Day in acknowledgement of missing and murdered Indigenous women across Canada.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Bates is next.
I will have my report next week, and it'll be rather short up until whatever I do this week, which will be virtually all of the things I just heard. And I also have in my paper calendar that there's an RCMP barbecue, is there, this Friday? 11 to 3 in their parking lot, or is that, I think so. I see a nod from the CAO. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Messaros?
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. I'll also have a report in next week, and I believe we've got MPC tomorrow.
And Councillor Heistad?
Yeah, village meeting this week, Bill 54, of course, the VE Day event that we were just invited to, and I appreciate Councillor Wing bringing up Red Dress Day today. Thank you.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you. And yeah, I'll be attending the things that were mentioned in the roundtable, so look forward to the coming week. And I'm curious on the funding thing that's tomorrow night. So the people that, like organizations that were coming, have they been connected with? And or yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's been publicly put out again, but everyone that was that had RSVP'd to the first was informed of the rescheduled
sounds
date
good.
and time. Yeah.
Look forward to that, Director Jenkins. Should be a fun evening. Okay, we'll move into upcoming events, 7.1. Just have a motion, please, to accept these as presented. Councillor Wing?
Yes, Mayor Barclay, I would move to accept upcoming events for information.
Thank you. All in favor? Okay, carried. And then we'll have a motion to go in camera. Councillor Dunham.
I'll make that motion, Mayor Barclay.
Thank you. All in favor? Okay, thanks.